They're coming to get you, Barbara.
The Fear Central Radio Show. Warning, our content may include spoilers and is intended for mature audiences.
Hey fellow horror fans, welcome to the Fear Central Radio Show. I am your host Mike, and this week we are still continuing with our watch and review, and yeah, I should probably go by and do introductions here before I just continue on with the show, right?
Right?
Yeah,
Maybe.
okay, here we go. Somebody pick.
Heather.
Paul.
Katie.
Chris.
She's kind of checking in and out. So.
The damn cell phones.
Whoa, we're sleeping in the hearse tonight?
Yes, we're sleeping in the hearse.
Okay, so we're continuing on with our watch and review, and tonight, this week, I should say, because we watched it tonight, but y'all listen to us for the week.
Yep.
Suck.
Aptly named.
Aptly named.
Love that movie.
Aptly named. It's almost like this ad that I see here from Amazon on IMDb. It says, "I love dick."
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. So, Suck came out. Release date was 2010. 9/2/10. Which will be September 2nd.
Yep.
And here's what IMDb has for the synopsis or whatever. It's very, very short. It's a comedy centered around a rock and roll band that will do anything to become famous.
Yeah.
Very vague,
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
I mean, that is the main theme of the movie.
pretty much. Got a 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb.
I think those critics are stupid.
And it got a 41%.
Sorry, critics, but you're
41% on a
Well,
Rotten Tomatoes.
IMDb's not critics. IMDb is users.
Yeah.
Users, you suck.
Owned by Amazon, though. Amazon owns IMDb.
I don't care. You suck.
But the tagline is "Sex, Blood, and Rock and Roll."
There wasn't a whole
Yeah,
lot of sex
that's
in the
lame.
movie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there was no sex in that entire movie.
No, not
there was
really.
There was
Bit of implied.
Well,
There
a
was
little bit of
implied,
implied.
but that's it.
Well, there was Moby Dick.
there was
Moby
no
Dick.
That's right. But that was not sex. She just
Yeah.
kind of...
Used a straw.
So
Wow.
You drink the guy. Directed by Rob. How would you pronounce that?
Stefaniuk.
Stefaniuk.
Yeah. He's also the main character.
Stefaniuk.
No.
Also written by him. Starred him.
It's an indie movie.
Evidently.
Oh.
It's got all the art cred.
Love
Yeah.
it.
But had also Jessica Paré
Paré.
and Paul Anthony.
This is a very Canadian movie.
Yes.
It very much
Very
is.
very Canadian.
Mike Lobel, Chris Ratz was
He's my
Hugo.
favorite.
And here are a few known names.
Yeah, notables who
Notables, yes.
pop up from time to time.
Yeah, Alice Cooper in this film. Moby. His name was Beef.
That would explain the USDA tattoo on his neck.
Yeah. His name was Beef. Why do you keep throwing meat?
Didn't catch the whole
Well,
beef name, so that makes sense. now.
Right. Henry Rollins was Rocket Roger.
Wasn't the band name something like Lords of Beef or something
Something
like
like
that,
that.
too?
I don't know.
Something steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heads of Steak.
Yeah, that would be
Hands of
nice.
steak, yeah.
Heads of Steak.
Yeah.
You had Iggy Pop in there.
Yes.
Dave Foley.
Iggy Pop is a straight man, basically.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
he had the most straight-laced part in the whole film.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Malcolm McDowell.
Malcolm McDowell.
Yes.
Alex Lifeson, whatever. Malcolm McDowell, Carol Pope, Barbara Mamabola,
Yeah.
Bolo, Nicole DeBoer, which you may know from
Dead Zone, the TV show.
Yeah.
And Cube.
Cube. Let's see. Nobody else is important. Oh, except for Anand Rajaram. He was the pill popper.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love you. It's so beautiful.
Indian Andy Warhol at the party.
So beautiful.
You are my eyes.
I love the line, please pass the groupie.
Oh, you're still with us. Hi, how are you?
I was trying to, in my head, I was trying to make that a pun. And I was like, nope, wait, that grouper, it's grouper is a fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, Gruber?
So tonally, movie's very much a comedy first.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Well,
I mean, it's pretty bloody, but it's a comedy.
I guess we should go back and say, because IMDb's was so vague, we should really say what this movie was.
Okay.
It was just basically a mockumentary of this band that's kind of falling apart. And
Kind of a parody satire. We had this discussion last week, parody satire thing.
with some humor thrown into it and just
There was
thrown
humor?
through meat
It was a
grinder.
band.
This
A
one,
Canadian band down on their luck wants to be famous.
And-
Vampires come in.
This
There's
one-
lots of blood.
Yeah.
They turn
Yeah.
into vampires.
And then become famous.
And then they became
Became
famous.
famous.
And
And
then
this-
they become human again.
Yeah.
That's
To be
about
human.
what
And then
it
they
is.
become vampires.
And then
And then they
become
become vampires
vampires.
again. That's the whole
Thank
movie
you, Alice
right
Cooper.
but the entire thing is kind of themed out about what people give up to be famous, like especially as it applies to rock and roll.
Well, I love the part where Iggy's talking to him, and it's just him, Iggy, off to the side, and Iggy's like, "Yeah, who wants to be famous? You can't go anywhere. You can't go to the movies. You never get to hang around your family. People are always wanting your autograph. It sucks."
Yeah. Then I love that one of the final songs in the movie is Iggy Pop.
Right? I just like him because, and
There's so many musicians in that movie
It is.
that you don't ever hear them on the soundtrack, but all of a
Right.
sudden Iggy Pop is on the soundtrack on that one.
he's kind of like that Jiminy Cricket weird kind of character in the movie.
The Conscience.
Yeah, the conscience.
Yeah,
that,
I guess.
Ends up getting his throat slashed halfway through it, and you're like, oh, well.
Yeah. Then they play
goes that.
then they play a song in the next scene.
Well, I guess it was probably a good thing that I mentioned Alex Lifeson. Because I didn't know this. He's the famed guitarist of
Yeah, Rush.
Rush.
Yep.
I mean, I know who...
How did you not know
Because
that?
the guitarist is the only one I don't know.
Oh my god.
I know Neil Peart and I know Geddy Lee, but I didn't know the guitarist's name.
There's one more
Bad,
member of
bad,
that band.
No, there's only 3 members in Rush. Then where's the 4th guy? He's not on stage.
You forgot the Rudy.
I'm sorry.
There Hugo.
You forgot
Sorry,
Hugo.
Sorry, Hugo.
dare
I didn't
you.
mean that. Because this was such a low-budget film, Alice Cooper provided all his own clothing out of his own
No.
closet.
That red leather jacket is his.
Yeah,
And the black wings.
yeah.
I like the wings. The wings are cool.
It wouldn't surprise me with what, because I've been told, I've never got a chance to see one. I've been
Probably
told
his
most
makeup.
of his concerts are like a stage show. So
yeah.
Yeah,
more than
I
likely
think
that
so.
is all his stuff.
Well, the whole...
Don't you remember in Wayne's World? Feed my Frankenstein.
He also included the line "Welcome to My Nightmare" in his final dialogue,
Yes, he did.
which is one of his highest gross paying songs.
But I also love his favorite line, which I'm going to let Heather say because it's now her favorite line of the movie.
You have your favorite line?
Oh, yeah. He says, you're just 30 pounds of junk food and one retail job away from killing yourself.
Right?
Have a shot.
Yeah.
I will say Alice Cooper's presence in this movie is sort of bewildering for half of it. Because, like, they show him as a bartender in the beginning, and it makes sense because he's in the scene. And then randomly, the main character will just start, like, passing out or something, and he's at the crossroads with Alice Cooper. So I'm like, is he the devil? Is he a what?
I just like that. We hang with a much older group, you know?
Yeah. I'm one of my favorite lines was when Malcolm McDowell's character is coming back into the U.S. He's like, "Do you have weapons?" "Oh yeah, lots of weapons." Welcome home,
home,
sir.
And just about every line that Hugo had in that entire movie was funny.
Yeah.
Hugo,
It just-
are you
he
okay?
was-
Hugo's adorable.
Hugo, load the van. Hugo, do this. Hugo, dismember the body.
Yeah, so Hugo is the even though they're all from Canada, Hugo is the French Canadian who's the roadie.
Yeah.
So whenever whenever the bodies start piling up, it's the roadie's responsibility to
roadie.
get rid of it.
Poor Hugo. I warned you guys. Hugo will quickly become your favorite in the movie.
I think that my favorite was when he was like, "Yeah." When you were talking about how he dumped, he dumped her, or she dumped him, and he was like, "Yeah, for being an insensitive prick." And the guy looks at him, he goes, "Her words, not mine."
Oh, I didn't catch that.
What?
When he goes to see his girlfriend on the movie set, and
Oh, she calls him by the wrong name.
she calls
she
the
calls the
woman.
girl.
She calls the girl by her real name.
Yes.
Should have been Jennifer. She said, "Would Jessica be there?"
Yeah. Gotcha.
Continuity issue.
Yep. He's so skinny. I'm sure he couldn't avoid this. But when Iggy Pop lied dead on the ground, yeah, his veins were pulsing.
Okay.
Kind of hard to keep from seeing that.
He is pretty gaunt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. It was all right. No, it wasn't.
Honestly, this should be a
split
lively
decision.
discussion because we're split on this movie.
Yeah.
It's a very split decision. You have those of us who thought it was absolutely terrible.
We have a Florida issue here. We have a Florida issue.
No, I don't think we do.
So we've avoided
must be the
it.
hanging
We've avoided
Chad.
it this entire time. This was Chris's selection.
Yeah, this
It
was
was
Chris's
selection. I don't think we should let her
Yes.
select anymore.
I was the biggest.
She's been kicked off the selecting committee.
Well, in all fairness, I did give you an option last
You
week.
gave us like 75 options, and most we had seen.
Yes.
Because you went classic.
And then
You
I
gotta find
said,
something
okay,
that,
fine.
that is
Do
obscure.
you want monster or do you want horror? And
I didn't answer that question.
You said
I don't
horror,
care.
so I picked
Something
horror.
is.
So this is Heather's selection through Chris for this evening.
Do not even throw me under that bus.
This is what happens when you guys don't pay attention when I talk.
I'm sorry, what? IMDb has some more like this films we can pick through.
God.
Okay, what is it?
One's called Posers,
No.
and then we have Peepers
Yeah.
No.
and Gutter Dahmer.
No.
Oh, that's the one with Henry.
Oh, Gutter Dahmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a continuing line there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Argento's Dracula 3D.
Sure.
Okay, hang on. I want to hear what was yours, Katie?
Yeah. She hasn't.
We've
waited.
all said kind of what we liked about the movie as far as our one-liners go. What was yours?
I have to go with Heather's. That was my favorite from the get-go, because that's like, what, 5 minutes in?
Yeah.
Like, that was great. Although I love that, like, multiple times Hugo's, like, upset over the fact that they always tell him what to do, and he's, like, mocking them, like...
Oh yes, I'm Hugo the Liar. I don't find time for that. I'm only loading the equipment and messing with the wires and
Yeah, exactly.
setting the stage.
Where did
rid
you
of
get
the
all the
bodies.
blood? What blood?
Cut up the bodies.
Blood all over the place.
Oh, no, I
had
know.
a
My
nosebleed.
favorite one was whenever he walks in and they're like, "You were clean and now you have blood all over you," and he's like,
You're stoned?
like, "You're stoned?"
Hugo is her favorite.
Yep.
He never gets his just
You drank the guy.
So
Well, I guess this was such a musical film. I guess I better pull up the soundtrack here.
Yes.
yeah, you gave me crap for picking a musical. This is literally a musical.
I gave you crap for picking a shitty musical.
Hey,
I'm
I'm on your side on this movie.
I
man.
picked one. I will have it known. You picked the shitty one. I picked the one that sucked.
Well, I will tell you that most of the songs were actually performed by the director, so he always also sang. So he was musician,
He was an
director,
all hands on
writer,
deck.
actor.
Well, the first
So now we know who to blame.
the music for the
Damn
first
you, Rob.
the music for the first 30 minutes is actually pretty competent.
It's alright.
And then Jessica
sings.
Paré starts
She
singing,
starts
and the
singing.
band starts getting a lot more emo goth rock, as is this era, 2009, 2010.
Except for I Am the Spider. That was performed by Alice Cooper.
I know, but it's that song. It's like, I am the spider. It sticks in your head.
Oh, and Here Comes the Night was David Bowie.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Lou Reed.
Yes. Yeah,
Iggy
Old Sweet
Pop.
Nothing. They played that twice in the movie. I was
Yeah.
like, that's one of my all-time favorite songs. Okay.
Oh, I gotta check this out.
Of course, you know.
There's a song called Symphony for the Devil. It was performed...
No, Sympathy for the Devil.
Sympathy for the Devil. It was performed by Styrofoam Bible.
Yeah.
Styrofoam Bible.
Do you not know that song,
No,
sir?
I don't.
The Rolling Stones?
I don't like those songs.
That is a...
Feel free to hit him now.
Oh, wow.
Didn't know who was in Rush.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I've been around
Stooges,
for long, long
Time.
years.
And of course, Crossroads by Robert Johnson.
There you go. Okay, but it also has some really cool claymation in it.
Ooh, here's a band called Groovy Religion.
It was visually interesting.
It was.
Like I was expecting it to be much cheaper looking than it actually was.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of little camera tricks and stuff. It doesn't go overly CG.
Right.
I appreciate
Katie,
that.
I think they were watching a totally different movie than you and I. Because, yeah.
Well, see, and that's what drew me as a special effects artist, because I was like, oh, hey, look, there's hair and makeup, and there's blood and vampire, and why is Alice Cooper there?
Honestly,
Gotta check this out.
honestly, the only thing I didn't like about it really was on the makeup front for the main
vampires. Because she was white and then tan. I'm like, okay, hold
and
on.
then they shot her. They shot her to hell and back with the lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like she looked like she had no nose half the time.
They were going for my
Well, I thought
skin
you
tone
were-
and just couldn't do it.
I thought you were going to talk about Queenie.
He was like
Mad Hatter?
He was like a
looked
cracked
like-
out Mad Hatter.
He looked like Mad Hatter on a binging night with Carrot Top.
Yeah,
With
He was
a
a
little
love child.
bit of, with
He
a
was
little
Mad
bit
Hatter
of
and
speed
Carrot Top's
thrown in
love
there.
child.
was he a special effect? He kind of looked like he might have been a special effect himself.
He was something.
I love how he never lost that grin the entire
know.
time. Like they're out to betray him in the end. He's like, "What? What's going on?" It's almost like maybe his fangs weren't like set right in his mouth, and he couldn't close
I
it.
can't close my mouth, so I just gave it a big grin. Nobody will know.
Yeah, well,
Even,
it
whenever
makes you
he's-
wonder if Tim Burton watched this and went, "There's my Mad Hatter."
But he couldn't get him, so he got Johnny Depp instead.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, watch this. Johnny.
It's like,
What?
Tim Burton, what do you envision for the Mad Hatter that we're going to do to Johnny? He goes, "Watch this.
That right
That
there.
right there. Just do that without the fangs. We're good."
Yep. Got some blue eyeshadow,
Yeah.
and spiky mascara.
Okay, so I actually pulled up a picture
You
of
didn't.
Dimitri Coates is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen him in other things.
He
I
looked
would have
very familiar.
never, ever
He looked
thought that
very
it was the same person.
Right.
Hold on, I'll show y'all.
But why?
because he didn't look like
Because
rock
I
and
had
roll
no
Carrot Top.
idea that exactly. Rock and roll Carrot Top. I love it.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah, that's him.
Duh, I know that.
I don't know. Below filmographies.
He really kind of does look
He's
like
only
Carrot
acted in
Top.
two
He
things.
does.
Yeah, he really does.
He was in Suck, and then he was in one called Passenger Side as Goofus.
Goofus.
He was
He's
Goofus.
actually a musician.
Kinda
Yeah.
looked like him.
forgot what band he plays in.
his song in the beginning, whenever he turns Jessica, is actually
It's pretty good.
it's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of that throwback to the 70s kind
Like,
of.
and that's good considering it's the first moment where you're like, oh, wait a minute, this isn't just they perform on stage. This is actual musical the
The
entire
hard
time.
part I had is that the transformation scene, it just watching it makes you feel epileptic in a way because you're like, there's so many.
This, I mean, the movie's good if you have ADD. Like it like jumps around all over the place. It jumps around and it doesn't like stay still.
It's like a 2-year-old on crack.
So evidently, he's the frontman for a band called Burning Brides.
And 10 Commandos.
Okay. All right.
Well, if you burn your bride, how can you go?
Some of his most notable songs are "Fuck People," "King Kong Brigade."
Wait, is it fuck people or fuck people?
No, there's no comma, just "fuck people."
Yeah, like fuck people,
Fuck
not people that are fuck.
Right.
Can we actually say
We're not going like fuck.
Oh Lord,
people.
there's
It's an
our radio. We just got it and it's gone.
It's a verb, not an adjective.
Yes. Yeah,
We're
it's not
having
like-
an academic debate about the usage of the word.
In a movie called Suck. But you're talking about fucking people. Okay.
There's no comma,
There's
so
not
it's
a
not like
stretch there.
there's no
Well,
comma.
it's
so
an
it's not
it's an insult.
fuck
They're not
people.
talking about the act.
Yeah. You got
That's a
King-
whole different usage.
There's also the King Kong Brigade, Mr. Useless, All I Can Grab, Wasted Years.
I'm beginning to see a theme with this guy.
All
Yeah.
I can grab.
Well, I mean, he's from a
That's
band called Burning Brides. Fuck people.
No, there's no comma.
Sorry, fuck people.
I should have never let you guys watch this movie.
You
This
picked
was
it?
your pick.
It's-
Your
So
fault.
that's what he looks like without the
It
without
looks
the
pretty
tees,
sexy.
without the
okay,
Aquanet,
okay.
without the Aquanet and metal.
sexy.
Yeah,
makeup.
his hair is a different shade too.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the lighting.
Yeah. Oh, he's been with several. He's also did some performing with Chris Cornell,
Imagine that.
Mark Lanigan, Goon Moon,
Goon Moon.
Ten Commandos,
heard of them.
off. It's exclamation pointed too. Off.
Okay.
Now, did that song come? Was it like "fuck people off"?
Fuck off,
No
people.
idea.
Fuck off, people.
All right. So one of the most watched movies in our collection is also very hyperkinetic and colorful and Canadian. So I have to ask, Katie, did you get a tiny bit of a Scott Pilgrim vibe?
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, I love Scott Pilgrim.
It was very obvious that it was Canadian. There was not any second guessing where this movie was made.
No,
I'm
well,
surprised.
they show you on the map several times.
Yeah.
They should
Go
have had
past Toronto.
Montreal.
I'm going to hold a sign that says "Blame Canada."
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
before we go too far,
We're already there,
Oh,
dude.
thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm actually on the thumbs up on this movie. I don't know about Katie.
My.
Halfway here.
She's got it.
She's
She's
got
got it to the
halfway in.
side.
It's,
Yeah.
it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's ranking on up there.
You know what I didn't see in the trivia?
You said you preferred Bye Bye Man outside.
I did. I did.
Bye bye, man. Seriously.
Yeah, I really did.
Are you freaking kidding me, Chris? This from the woman who also made me watch Snow Sharks.
Way to finish that movie.
Snow
too.
Sharks.
We didn't finish it.
No.
I lost 2 hours of brain cells in 5 minutes.
My bad.
Sorry, I picked
I'm pretty sure I
I don't know
wasn't
why
the
you going my
only-
bad. I picked it.
Exactly.
It was
He's
my
the one-
Snow Shark.
It was his
Both of
Snow
y'all,
Shark.
because this is what I got when I came
I
in.
turned it
Oh,
on.
honey, we've got a movie to watch. Okay. Yeah, it's really good. It's about a snow shark.
No,
Two words
I
you
don't
don't ever
think
wanna
so.
hear.
We were all having Sunday dinner and we're flipping through, and Mike goes, "Oh, look, snow sharks." I'm like, "Okay,
There you go.
Why not?
yeah,
Well, you see those words together and you say, "How the hell does that work?" So you
exactly."
put it on.
That's exactly
I
what
was
we
thinking
did.
the same thing about Sharknado, but look what happened there.
I happen to love Sharknado.
I knocked the
they have to
Sharknado
have-
because I love the Sharknado.
They
All
have
of
to
them.
have all the sequels so they can explain the science behind it.
I just love it because I like
no
things
science
dying.
behind Sharknado.
No.
It rained frog once. There's obviously shark tornadoes.
Well, Wikipedia just decided to completely
Take a
make
crap.
me not look at them again.
Why?
They said this was they put it in the same category as Rocky Horror.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's campy.
It's campy.
It's real campy.
Well,
Yeah,
there's one thing in the
it's right
trivia I
there.
didn't find. Nobody actually sat and counted the amount of times they said "suck" in the movie.
I tried. I looked it up and I couldn't
Now,
find
I
it.
was looking forward to.
Yeah, there's only so many hours in the day.
But Heather and I are both on the same as she said at the beginning of the show, on the same level of it's aptly named.
Definitely.
It sucks.
I,
Katie's on the fence.
yeah,
mean,
even though you just freaking insulted Wicker Man.
I enjoyed Wicker Man. This I did not. I don't think there's enough alcohol and drugs in the world for this to be enjoyable for me.
Yeah. Fuck people.
Although if they did make a movie with just Hugo, that would be amazing.
It would be amazing.
All right, was it me? And see if you can relate to this. It seemed like Hugo was very similar to the main character in District 9. I mean, not looking, but as far as the mentality, the whole...
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
The South African actor that's in
Yeah.
it.
They kind of had the same demeanor.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, for the characters.
The friendliness.
Hugo is like if you take Igor and you take the guy from Dracula.
Renfield. Yeah, because...
and just threw them together.
Yeah, because people were... some of us were bewildered during a watch. He just starts eating flies, and I was just like, he's the Renfield character, so he's got to...
Oh, sure. Now, you're bothered with me eating the flies while I'm putting on the equipment and I'm doing the van.
Getting rid of the bodies.
But you're my friend, Mr. Fly. You're my friend.
And then he eats it.
But she promised Hugo. Why you know?
Yeah, it's like, but she promised Hugo.
Yeah.
I don't know that Hugo ever really wanted it. I mean, she just flat out threatened. He's like, live forever, or you can live for the next 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But you drink the guy. That's not what it looks like.
Never.
Malcolm McDowell. What about Malcolm McDowell in this movie?
That was a very interesting part for him.
He's got flashlights.
Yes.
Because he's afraid of the dark.
Yes.
He's afraid
that
of
was
the dark.
that was the sweetest part of the
I
film.
love that moment.
Yeah.
That was the sweetest part. His little conversation with the bouncer.
Yeah.
Why you got the what's with the flashlight?
The guy from Rush, actually.
We don't want to know.
That was the guy from Rush.
I'm afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of confined
Yeah,
spaces.
I'm afraid it comes up to... Okay. Can I go in?
Can I go in?
Yeah,
Sure. It's really confined in there.
The guy from Rush is actually the one that is in the Canadian border.
I thought he was the cop.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the cop.
That's right.
He was a cop at the border going, oh, you're in a rock band?
Yeah.
Rock on, dudes here. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's right.
Yeah.
I love the part where she throws up in the purse.
Yes.
What is she on? I drink too much stuff.
A gig? Are you in a band?
My response was, at least it's not on the floor.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, thank God that wasn't a really expensive purse.
Put your cell phone in there?
Not anymore.
Can I use your cell phone? Yeah, it's covered in vomit, though.
Okay, so I have to ask you two. Have you guys ever thrown up in a purse?
Not in a purse.
I've thrown up in lots of things, but a purse is not one of them. I've thrown up in a hat.
Oh my
Yes, hat.
What about a shoe?
I've thrown up and made it in a shoe,
Yeah.
but not actually picked it up and
Yeah, she was aiming for the shoe. Just, oh, look, I made the shoe.
yeah, kind of.
10 points.
Our dogs have thrown up in shoes.
Yes.
Aww, Cooper.
It's everything.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Zool? What?
He doesn't know what to make of the audio equipment.
What? I can tilt my head, too.
Yeah, this isn't helping our listeners at all. Okay. So for the people that are either or on this movie, what is a similar movie you'd recommend in its place then?
Something that doesn't suck.
Oh my God.
They did categorize it in the same kind of level as Rocky Horror, and I absolutely love Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
It is a campy movie.
You know,
it definitely
I don't.
is.
Maybe it's the Canadian part. I just don't know. There's something about this
Racist
movie
against Canadians.
I didn't say anything against Canadians. I'm just saying. I've seen lots of Canadian things, and
It's Twilight,
most of them
didn't it? Twilight ruined it for you, didn't it?
No.
Hold on,
they did Twilight on
I
stage
loved
a
your
little bit.
explanation there because it almost sounded like you're like, no, don't have anything against Canadians. I see most of them are Canadian things, and most of them are.
I will say it's not as bad as a slow British film.
Well,
Where all they do is talk.
my next one is a slow British one, so
What's
get
your British
ready.
one?
How
Yeah.
slow?
It's not super slow.
What's your British one?
Cure for Wellness slow?
No.
Okay.
No. But it is slow at the beginning.
We're going to bash that movie forever.
Forever.
I heard it was so pretty, though.
It was very pretty.
We have a list.
Beautiful
and it's on the
movie.
list.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous, and the score was
The
beautiful.
score was amazing.
But there needed to be some more plot or something taken out, or you can't flush the toilet 5
But
times.
now Moby Dick.
Hey! What's the British one?
I'm not telling
We
you
can't say
yet.
it.
No, we don't announce them on the
We don't
air.
announce them over the show.
There.
No.
We don't show announce.
Yeah.
Fuck people.
Fuck off, people.
I
I
say
wish I
that
could have seen the
every
look that
night.
Katie just gave Paul. That was a very disapproving look.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
Are you kidding me? You would get a shirt with that if you could.
See? Get her on here a few times and her true colors come out.
Your true color.
She's so nice and quiet, my ass.
I think that's the thing I complain about most is people. So
Just people.
Don't we all?
She's actually going to go on iTunes tonight and find that song.
And then you're going to hear it play and you're going to be like, Katie? People! Never mind!
You're just,
There's a bit of an age difference between us, and she's gotten into 90s rock, and her favorite band from that era is clearly Rage Against the Machine.
I love me some Rage Against the Machine. I love me some Rage.
Yes, baby, yes.
I must be too old for Rage. I don't like them.
That's okay.
You didn't.
they came out
You
about
just
the same-
didn't participate in the Mexican
didn't
Revolution.
marry you for your musical tastes.
I know.
Are you playing Rage Against the Machine in your head right
Because didn't they come out about the same time as Prodigy and Cold Chamber and all them rappy rock artists?
now? Similar.
Korn back when they first came out.
Rage is like 91, 92. So I think Prodigy might have started a little
Now I've got the
earlier.
damn song stuck in my head. Thank you,
Because I'm
Katie.
like, that was my whole problem with it, was I don't like you keep the rap out of my rock.
it's not really rap. It's rhythmic, but not really rap.
It's bass heavy, is what it
It's
is.
very bass
It's very bass heavy.
Unless it's
Symbols on Parade.
unless it's Anthrax, I'm the man. I love that rap.
Well,
So. I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm so bad. You should be in detention. Oh look, it's called Racing Around Athena.
Yep.
So suck.
Suck.
Almost sounds like a command, doesn't it? Suck. Fuck people.
Just do it. There
Killing
there
in the
was
name
a
of
scene
is what
about
was going on in
that.
my head.
See, the only one I probably know is that one they play on the radio all the time. There was
Bulls
like
on
one
Parade.
of the most.
Bulls on Parade.
I don't know.
That's the one. I can already tell you that's the one.
I don't know.
Bulls on Parade.
Maybe. What's the beginning of
A little
it?
bass heavy.
What's the beginning of it? How does it start?
Oh God, you're gonna make me.
Kind of like.
that's Gorilla. That's Gorilla Radio.
Yeah, Guerrilla Radio's good.
I love that one. That's the one going through my head right now.
Yeah,
Mine was
I love Killing in the Name of.
Killing in the Name of.
Honestly, that now that she's gotten into it, I'm hearing a few I've never heard of, and I'd never heard her. What is it? Aunt Maggie's Farm.
Maggie's Farm.
They did a cover of a Bob Dylan song. I was like, okay.
Yes. Katie, we need to hang out more often, damn it. I don't see you enough. Paul,
Well,
you're
let's see, is
nice,
this it?
but, go away.
Is this it? That's it.
Are we gonna get a copyright strike on this now?
I've heard
That's
this one.
Gorilla Radio.
I've heard
No,
that one.
that's Bulls on Parade.
That's Bulls on
Oh, is
Parade.
it?
Yeah, I've
Sorry.
heard that one.
Sorry. My bad.
Isn't there one that's like, quit it now? Starts quit it now.
Go quit it now.
That's
I've heard that one quite a bit. What song starts with that?
Muffin now.
Quit it now.
I got it. I got it.
That one's off Battle
Is that
of
Testify?
LA, right?
I think so.
Maybe it's Testify.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's a commercial. I don't want that. Go bass.
Oh, we're a sponsored podcast now.
Sponsored by Fuck People. That's Roby the Robot.
We've got a lot of Rage Against the Machine playing right now.
No, I don't think that's it.
Hey, this is.
I can't even tell which phone is going.
It's not mine. No, it's like dun 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 dun. I quit it now. Dun.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Okay. I don't know that one.
You don't know that one? That one's a good one.
That's the closest they ever got to Primus.
That's
Is that?
a
Well, see, I was going to say, I was just going to say, I like Primus.
You would like this song. You would.
And that
When we
doesn't
get
sound too
outside,
bad.
when we get outside in a minute, I'm gonna let you listen
She
to the
gonna
whole
whoop
thing.
me.
Have you heard?
She gonna go Rage Against the Machine on me.
Only if I have to watch another one of those movies.
Have you heard Primus and the Chocolate Factory?
God, it's so good.
It is
Primus and the
amazing.
Chocolate Factory?
It is
sounds amazing.
all the songs done with a really dark horror vibe.
What's that album you have? Something about a chocolate factory, chocolate fish, starfish.
Oh, it's
a
Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, I don't like
Chocolate
either.
starfish.
Starfish.
Chocolate starfish.
And the hot dog flavored
They're
water.
hot water.
Yeah, I don't like Limp Bizkit either.
I like them.
I like a little bit.
Yes.
don't
I like
Limp
Nookie.
Bizkit.
Oh, yes.
That was the
me all about the
Rollin'
nookie.
album.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep them doggies rolling.
You sound so white when you say that.
I don't think you can be anything but
I'm
white
just
whenever
waiting
you
for the little
quote that
hat to
song.
come out.
See the freckles?
My name is Mud.
My name is Mud.
I'm with you, Paul. I got the freckles too. It happens.
Yeah, but this one next to me, yeah, she can jam out in her
She's not as
car.
good as
Don't
this
let her
song.
fool you. She
I
jams
love
out
that
this
song.
hard rock. You're gonna get so sued by so many freaking bands.
Well, no, you just get the class
No,
pulled
because
up.
I am not using these songs in the context that
No.
they are intended.
Well,
which is-
you are putting this on YouTube though, and you can get content claims.
But only if you're using it in the intended use of the.
Okay, but
At
how
le-
is it
at-
intended use?
At
But we were telling them we
least we're
love
hitting.
them.
And we're talking.
We
about
absolutely
No,
love
at
them.
least no. You just keep your song samples way below the 10% range.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that was way
Yeah.
before Tim. I don't even play 10 seconds of it.
So okay, so let's get back into the whole suck movie thing.
Yeah.
I
So
think we were trying to get away from the sex movie.
It's a
So-
suck you back in.
so for the people that dislike it, why are you
Oh.
trying to get away from
She
it?
attached our name to
Because
it.
we have not actually.
I know.
Yes,
But she
I
didn't-
did.
But she didn't do it on the Fear Central page.
No, I did
It
not.
was just one of those movies that just kind of. Every now and then, there's those ones that just make your eye twitch a little bit. You're going, ugh. And I caught myself a lot with this look on my face. And I'm pretty sure y'all all saw it. Was like, what?
It was pretty early
the
on.
crap am I watching? What the shit is this?
I was enjoying it until she started to sing, and then I was out. So, I was so out.
Yeah, Amy Lee, she
Paul
was
and I
not.
both were like, no.
No.
Paul and I
no,
both,
no,
like,
no,
she
no,
hit
no.
this high note. We both would, like, the same eye would twitch.
All right, Mike, what's yours?
What's my what?
What is?
What?
We haven't. Y'all haven't given any reason for.
Not
You know,
like
this
me.
doesn't help. This doesn't help the listening audience to figure out if they would like this movie.
Fuck people.
No, it just wasn't.
The animation was good.
I like the animation.
That was the best part.
I think
Traveling along the map.
With all the Hugo?
Yeah.
it was
No,
very.
no,
It
the-
was
the
very
claymation
Rob
stuff.
I know, but if you
Stefaniuk or
looked on the
Stefaniuk
map-
or stuff
You
or
like
whatever, it, very heavy in him.
During
And
the
I'm
scene-
sorry, but I didn't care for him
To
as
me,
much as people might. You know what I mean? Like, he was the main guy in the whole movie. He wrote it, he directed it, he produced it, he was the star. Yeah, not so much.
She's the least
Yeah.
likable character.
He was
So-
the least
Performed in
likable
it.
The
one.
thing about it is when you're talking
I
about
thought
the
Jessica
claymation.
Paré was the least likable one.
well, what did you
It
keep?
wasn't.
What did you keep calling him from a side view?
Oh, Jamie Kennedy
Yeah.
from the side view. Every single time they went to a side profile, he looked like Jamie Kennedy, and then they like switched the camera back, and I'm like, are they fucking changing the actor on me? Is that what's going on?
We're slipping you
They're
a
trying to make
Kennedy.
me go crazy.
Now, you were pointing at me. Why? Why were you pointing at me?
Okay, so you keep bringing up the claymation. Wait,
I like the
did you
claymation.
guys realize on the map though that Hugo's writing was on the map?
I love
and
all
there
the
was
other-
different little sayings.
Yeah, when he started going crazy after that. He's like, so much blood. No, Hugo, no.
And by the end, like all he could say was his name, and it was like all over.
Oh, sure, baby, do the map while I'm loading the truck and I'm...
Sorry, the groupies.
Actually, for me, it didn't seem to be well structured. It was just like all over the place. We're like, okay, we're at this
Yeah, but
we're at
that's
this
how my
place.
brain works.
hang
But see,
on,
that's
no.
really
Well, I
how
know,
my
but
brain works.
As
and
a
I think
director,
even
I was just like, no.
But
no,
being
no,
that it was
no.
based on rock and roll, you
Being
got
that
to
it
think that rock and roll doesn't have that much structure to it to begin
The
with. So it's
the-
kind of crazy and chaos.
So
It seemed like very, very little plot.
Well, yes. This movie's much more about the theme than it is the actual story, because the theme is, what you give in for fame. Like, that is entirely what the theme is. And the movie almost gives a middle finger to the audience in the end with the last scene.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
Because everything you were working towards, you're working towards, you
get
accomplish
shit
it,
on.
and then it just says, okay, let's go back.
Yeah. But, I mean, the plot in itself was just like lackluster.
I did like
Paul, buy me
Cooper's
that shirt.
line at the end. He was just like, he goes, "No, you didn't kill the queen. You killed a vampire named Queenie."
Yeah.
That's a vampire movie.
Older line.
That's a vampire movie.
What?
The Lost Boys.
Seriously.
Seriously. With lots of rock in it. People are strange.
It had-
and Cry Little Sister. And
It has Echo and the Bunnymen in it.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
I definitely liked that one more than this one.
funny.
Maybe it was the 80s music, maybe it was the clothes, I don't know, but
maybe it was.
Maybe it
Kiefer
was the
Sutherland.
80s in general.
In general, I'm not gonna say no. I mean, Lost Boys is a
phenomenal movie.
much better movie.
Yes,
I will say that. But tonally, this wouldn't be out of place as a double feature with it.
it really wouldn't. But there needs to be some disclaimers before you just throw someone into the movie Suck.
Yeah.
It is very Canadian.
Yeah, and you really don't want to put that on the marquee.
It's got Dave Foley.
Yes, it does. But
Love
the
Dave
point
All
is
American
that,
Boy?
but the point is that
Dave Nelson from News Radio. Thank you very much. Right.
if you don't like understand or get Canadian,
spitting hamster wheel right
Yeah.
now for an
well, because I don't want to say that everything Canadian is bad because it's not.
John Candy.
We are recording this on the 4th of July, so just go ahead and say screw
But-
Canada like you want to.
I didn't say screw Canada. I said blame Canada. That's what I said.
That's okay.
We
Britain's
get
going,
together,
"Screw
we
you,
eat some
peasants."
brisket, and you bring over this Canadian vampire movie for us to
Oh, we're
watch.
all redneck up in here.
Way to get that to us on High Treason Day.
What are you gonna do? Lynch me, bitch? Bring it. You don't scare me. I got demons.
Took them 30 minutes to get to the good old US of A in this movie.
And then they went back. They went to Buffalo, where they evidently have hotels with 3 beds.
That completely
Katie's
threw me.
starting to look a little pale over there. I'm Paul.
I'm nervous. You get pale when you're nervous?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, look, we're not out of aspirin. Okay.
I love that part where the lead singer asks Hugo if we have any more asprin. He says, "No, I've been in much pain."
I've been in much pain. And he walks away.
Our fearless leader has
Walking-
abandoned our
walking
podcast.
away.
It worked. The takeover
Oh,
has
that's what this was
begun.
about.
How bad it sucked, I had to walk away.
You had to go get more liquor. It's been that kind of a movie.
That kind of movie.
Yeah, you reveal
Well,
it's all a
it's been that kind of
nefarious
week.
plan, and then you just look
needed
at
more
me.
Henry Rollins.
But you liked the movie. I don't understand.
Love the movie. It's one of those. It's just like Rocky Horror Picture Show. I could watch it and be great, and
Actually, I can think of an apt description for this.
what?
This is the Dazed and Confused of horror comedy. There's not a whole lot of plot. You can come in at any point in this movie. You haven't missed much.
Right.
Yeah. You can immediately pick back up. It's entertaining enough. It is visually interesting.
Some fear and loathing in that hearse.
We haven't even mentioned they're traveling around in a hearse in this movie.
Right.
Oh,
That's all they drive is a hearse.
And it smells like drummer.
So it smells like drummer.
And the license plates say winners.
Yeah.
I gotta say, there were two moments in the very beginning of the movie that I didn't know if I was going to be on board for it.
And
the fact that the band's name was The Winners really got an eye roll out of me.
Yeah. Because it's ironic.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
It's only ironic as long as they're obscure.
Right.
Yeah. And then they start getting famous.
Yeah. It's like, well, now what are you gonna do?
The one part of the movie that I just kind of threw me was when they're playing after they're getting more and more popular, and the guitar player starts floating.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Wait, what?
He's a
I
vampire.
get it.
Well, she was glowing the first time after she was...
Yeah.
And then the crazy head thing from like...
Yeah, like I said, after she turned everybody but the lead singer, they got all Twilight on stage.
Yeah, they were sparkly.
Well, that was because he had dropped whatever drug that was.
Oh, I thought it was because they had their vampire
Maybe
abilities.
maybe they just think that Hugo is a bitchin' roadie and has like some really good stage effects going on wherever
Well,
they
he
go.
definitely has some good shit, so...
Dude, they got some cool wicked effects in this show.
Hugo, you can hang with us anytime, honey.
I mean,
You drank the guy.
I mean, we're at a point now where you can have entire bands that aren't real. I mean, you have gorillas people pay money for, and they're just holograms on the stage. So what do you want?
Well, and you can also argue that like One Direction is not a band.
Well, I'm just saying that we've got the special effects.
Yeah.
You can have 8-foot tall holograms on the stage,
and they did. There was a concert that they did in Germany. They had Ronnie James Dio on stage.
Oh, nice!
In a hologram, performing Holy Diver, I think it was.
No, of course it was.
Of course it was. Or Rainbow in the Dark or something.
That was always one of my favorite. That was always one of my favorite moments in the early South Park.
That just hit me. Maybe it's because I'm drinking. Rainbow in the Dark. Is that Ronnie James Dio way of saying he's in the closet?
Ooh.
It's a rainbow in the dark.
And
hashtag real Dio talk.
Real Dio.
Suck.
Technically, we're staying on topic though, as long as we're talking about music, because this has all been this entire movie. There's a reason you have all these musicians in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
This is true.
Because it is about a band, a rock and roll band.
Right.
Well, but in general, it's about rock music.
What?
In general, it's about rock music.
Yeah.
And those winners.
If they'd have stuck to a plot about a band that was trying to make it and were slowly turned into vampires, that might have made it better. But it's like they're trying to make it bing bang boom, she's a vampire, and then
she is a vampire within the first 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
This whole movie's
Hugo,
only an hour and a half with credits. So
and then there's Hugo, who's dismembering the bodies, and then she breaks the first rule and she makes all the rest of the band members except the one, and then he decides. I'm like, really?
So it's kind of like a...
The problem I had is, why did she have such a big problem turning him into one? Not Hugo.
Oh, the
lead guy.
Because they were involved.
Yeah, those are ex.
Yeah.
So?
She cared about his soul.
It's your ex. How many exes?
They still had feelings.
Yeah, they
were still together.
Okay, wait a minute.
afterwards.
Are you going to tell me now that really they're just vampires and they have hearts of gold and they can never do no wrong?
I still feel like they're residual human beings, so they feel. My argument would be that even if they're monsters, they have what they believe are human emotions. While they may not be, they have a twisted sense of what they believe.
Until they get seriously old like Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
And just want to...
Because even he was like, so?
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
I'm so like that.
Vampirism is handled differently in different movies. There's definitely like twinges of humanity in these vampires. Like, she abides by the rules for quite a while.
Yeah.
Like one
Until
show,
he
and then
just
she
begs
turns
and
the
begs and
guitarist.
begs.
I'm going to say, it's not that wild.
No,
it's
the-
one show.
that was-
One
Paul,
show
one
she turns the
show.
guitarist, another show she turns the drummer, and then
That's not on her though.
No.
That's on
no,
the
they're
guitar.
begging him. Begging her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the guitarist is like, okay, come on. She's like, no, everybody's
When have I
gonna
ever asked you
notice.
for
Yeah.
anything? I never asked you for anything.
Yeah. I always share with you.
So was this like a vampire version of Eddie and the Cruisers?
Yeah,
Kind of?
Okay.
you can kind of mark it at that.
Yeah, maybe.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Suck. They forgot the S on that title.
Even the dogs are going crazy for it.
So yeah, I don't think that's why they're going
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay.
Okay.
So, all right. Suck.
It is what it is.
Suck.
So who picks next week?
Mike picks next
It's
week.
my turn.
It's back to Mike. and then it's me.
Doom, doom, doom,
Suck.
doom, doom, doom. Doom, 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 doom.
Grr? Okay.
I'm gonna sing the new song.
I like my chocolate cupcake.
Me and the squirrel are friends.
I'm making mashed potatoes.
I saw a squirrel and it went.
Why is that the one that made him laugh so hard? Maybe because everyone at this table can quote a Gurr. We had a Gurr birthday cake for Ashley.
We did.
We
The
did.
year before last.
It was
Nice.
awesome.
It was
though, too.
awesome. I think I have
Tell
pictures of
Julie
it on
got a
my
hold of
phone.
it.
Dog or
They made
robot?
it adulterated. What?
Was it
Dog.
Dog
Yeah,
Gurr?
and it had his little pig, and it had tacos with it.
Until Julie got a hold of it and made it adulterated.
Oh yeah, she gave Gurr a part.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
All right. So suck.
What are you doing?
Petting our dog.
Petting her dog.
That's not what it
No,
looks
it is
like.
not what it looked like.
Going for a little Moby.
Ow.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
you could go
That's
for
it.
little Iggy,
So,
but that'd look a little weird.
Let us know what you think. Find
Yep.
us on the Facebook or Instagram or iHeartRadio
Yeah.
or our website.
And if you have requests for the watch and review,
Please let us know.
We
Give
got
us-
one, but
Yeah.
We did?
Hashtag
We got what?
FC Watch and Review.
Yes.
Wicked.
Yep. Hashtag FC Watch and Review. Go there. Let us know what you think or give us a movie. Don't forget, head on over to the website, fearcentral.net, and do a little shopping.
What?
Get you some really cool, like that.
Like what stuff?
Like that Lost Boys shirt.
or you could get a suck guitar pick.
Suck. Maybe. I don't know if they would.
I don't know. If I go over there, it might suck
May
all the
have-
money out of my wallet.
Yeah. Because it's got such amazing stuff. It doesn't suck. Except for that movie.
You're ruining the pun.
Sorry.
Yeah. And true Keanu Reeves, you've gone too far.
We've gone too far. He said we've gone too far.
You went too far.
So yeah, don't forget to subscribe to us over on iTunes,
And
Google Play, now on the iHeartRadio. That's right. That's right.
we're part of the iHeart family.
We are part of that iHeart family, part of the Queer Channel. I mean,
I'm
Clear Channel family.
Feeling how.
Up until we get copyright strikes
Yeah.
and they say we curse too damn much.
What is this?
Well, that's what the big E on the show means.
Oh,
Doesn't mean everyone.
feeling.
everybody fucking curses.
Fuck people.
Well, we
So-
did warn people this isn't a fucking family show. God damn it.
Suck.
That's how you should start every broadcast.
Right?
Come on, kitties, let's gather around now.
Fuck people.
We're going to learn some new French words.
I might have to go find that song just to see how bad it is.
It's only 1 minute and 13 seconds according to that
Oh,
site.
that's a short song too. Is that all the
That is
lyrics?
a mindless self-indulgence
Hey,
length.
Heather. Just for giggles and
Giggles and
screams.
shiggles?
What is the shortest song ever written?
I know one that's 5 seconds long.
I know the one that's 3 seconds long off
And
Scott
it's got probably
Pilgrim.
one of the longest titles of a short song ever.
What's the longest title?
One of, probably.
Which
One
is?
of.
Crayons Can Melt on Me for all I care.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like some
Well, we're not talking
BDSM
candle wax on the
shit.
nipples or witchcraft or
What
anything.
about
No orgies?
What about Crash and the Boys on Scott Pilgrim? And our next song is called "I Am So Sad, So Incredibly Very Sad, So Sad."
Okay, so the
Thank you.
shortest shortest song ever recorded lasts 1.316 seconds. "You Suffer" is a song by British grindcore band Napalm Death from their debut.
It's probably got
album,
20 instruments
Scum.
if it's grindcore.
Yeah.
What's it called?
From their debut album Scum.
But what's
Oh.
the song called?
"You Suffer."
You suffer.
Suck.
Just like you did through the movie.
Yeah, but it's, you may suffer, but it's very quick.
It's a quick suffering. Unlike suck.
It is 1 hour and 30 minutes.
I got something you
Fine.
can suck later.
Oh,
Suck on my
okay.
hand.
So on that note, I think we need to leave on that note.
I'm sucking on Harry right now. Hold on.
A
Are you
soda.
gonna talk or are you gonna do?
I was sucking. Hold on.
Okay, so on that note,
On that note,
we'll see you next week when we have Mike's next pick
Yep.
Oh God.
and
for our reviewing pleasure.
we'll have another watch review next week. So
Yes, we will.
stay tuned for that. So we'll see y'all next week. And as always,
Stay scared.
Fear Central is a product of Thoughtbox Studios. Copyright 2017. For more information, visit thoughtboxstudios.com.